Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And both teams look to move the ball around, Stan, to create more offense.
Well, that's usually the best way to attack, especially against good defenses. Ball movement moves the defense, and when you've got the defense on the move, that's when you can break them down and get high percent.
Gordo, espérate, que tengo una vaina puesta, déjame quitarla.
Welcome to 2K Sports. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Anunoby out there.
Para obtener más información. Nueva notificación. Invitación al nuevo juego.
And it's Bridges. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Towns in at the center. And for Oklahoma.
Pulsa el botón S para obtener más información.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Hit me, I'm open.
Here's Wembanyama. Over in the corner, Barnes. To the left wing. The wide open look here for Fox. Second chance shot. Vassell outside. A three from Barnes. Rebound by the Suns. Outside, Beal. Booker outside. Off target from three-point range.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And that one's good, Barnes.
And that's one of Fox's strengths, trying to involve his teammates first. A really good passer who wants to play for his guys.
To the middle. Pass to Richards. Suns moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. They grab their own miss. Outside Durant. There's a good screen. Goes back up. Back to Dunn. Lets it go with a 3.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
And with this core of the Suns, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for him.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Searching for their first points of the game. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And I love the patience of Durant, and then the quick decision when he sees something.
Out to the right wing. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. Booker looking around. Inside, Richards. Outside for Durant. Booker outside. They set the screen. And it's done, penetrating. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. It's Vassell on the wing. And there's the foul. It'll go on Nick Richards. That's his first foul. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And it's Vassell in the corner. The kick out to Barnes. Just 5 on the clock. Takes it inside. Scooped up. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. And the 3 ball is good.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
.136 left in the first. Stolen. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is the human cheat code. Bradley Beal says of his new teammate, he's 7 feet tall, he can shoot the ball, he can do everything. It's a little unfair. I get a bit jealous sometimes. I wish I was 7 feet, but nothing he does really surprises me. When he's in attack mode and locked in, there's nothing you can do. Kevin?
Not a single darn thing. You're so right. David, thanks. Dunn misses. Spurs leading by 7. Barnes left side. Knocked away. Outside for Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Barnes can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's KD. That shot misses. Good D by Barnes. Wembanyama outside. Pass to Barnes. Lets the 3 fly. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's San Antonio. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Pass to Castle. Here's Wembanyama. Again, the Spurs good for two.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
There's the pick. Pulls up on the wing. Beal can't get it to go.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And it's Victor Wembanyama with the three. Wembanyama's got 5 points now this quarter. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Beal with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Back to Booker. Outside Beal. It's stolen by Wembanyama. And it's sent back by KD.
And how about the reach of Durant? A terrific job of having that on display defensively.
And the basket by Castle.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Yeah, they did a great job of controlling the pace throughout the game and keeping the defense on their heels.
And here is Fox. Barnes outside. A three-pointer off the mark. And here we go. Booker heading to the hoop. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Durant down low.
And just using that length to his full advantage. Durant draws the foul, and we know what usually happens when he steps to the line.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and, Greg, efficient.
And, Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again. KD is right at the top of that list.
And for De'Aaron Fox, his three-point shooting, Greg, has come a long way.
In his rookie season, he only shot 30% on 2 attempts per game. But his volume and efficiency have both gone way up, and it's made him much more dangerous offensively.
Outside, KD. And there's the drive to the paint. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. Timeout. And it's Randall with the jam.
You know, once he has the positioning he wants, he's ready for the big finish. Julius Randle throwing it down.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. We should see some great ball movement with these two teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Nice shot by Turner.
Man, love how Turner reads the defense, sensing and seeing separation as the pass was coming his way. Man, calmly pulling up for the shot. Nice.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today.
Absolutely salivates when he attacks the rim.
And here's Indiana now. Inside. Here's Turner. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Turner's got 5 points.
Confident in the paint, Turner knows he can cash in from this area.
Pass to Gobert. Here's Randall. Back to Gobert. Drives to the hoop. And Gobert with the stuff.
The big man Gobert taking charge, using his length to punish the defense on the drive.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
That one's no good. And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness, he is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guards.
Pass to Nesmith. And Indiana misses again.
All alone from mid-range. You got to think he's kicking himself.
Randall outside. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Just 5 on the clock. Here's McDaniels. Doubled by Turner. Gobert, no good.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
We'll now go to Allie LaForce, who spoke with Rick Carlisle. Allie.
I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of his Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Boy, the upside DiVincenzo has is obvious. I mean, now it's up to him to continue working on his game and keep getting better.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton. Oh, and Reed with a block. And they're able to recover. And here's Siakam for 3. Knocks down the long J.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
The drive by Randall. Outside McDaniels. To the paint. Here's Edwards. Out to DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. They get the rebound. Reed. Edwards looking it over. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. McDaniels, that's good.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Here's Halliburton. There's the drive. Here's Siakam. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down. Edwards with it. Turner covering. Pass to DiVincenzo. Edwards for three. The drive by DiVincenzo. And a strong finish with two hands.
Look at how DiVincenzo burst inside on the drive. Gave the defense no time to set up.
Nembhard, good. And boy, has this been a competitive matchup thus far.
These teams have swapped leads 7 times already. And we're not even in the second half.
Here's DiVincenzo. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Wow, when DiVincenzo sees daylight, he does not hesitate at all. Strong move there.
Both free throws good from DiVincenzo. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Halliburton on the attack. And the dunk by Halliburton.
Tremendous explosion on that launch by Halliburton, throwing it down.
The kick out to Edwards. Outside, DiVincenzo. McDaniels a screen. Down low. Here's Reed. Excellent D there from Siakam. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Indiana ahead, leading by just 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
The Pacers have a star tandem with Tyrese Halliburton and the newly re-signed Pascal Siakam, who's set up his all-star point guard. His knowledge of the game and his desire to win and get better, that's all you can really ask for from a young player. Out there on the floor together, I think it's naturally just a fit. Brian.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Pass to DiVincenzo. 3-on-3. Now Nembhard. Outside for Halliburton. He got it. Halliburton nails the 3.
Almost like he was sneaking out to the corner. Halliburton is not someone you can lose.
Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And, yeah, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
And that'll be Indiana's ball as it goes out of bounds. Pacers able to keep the possession. And here's Indiana now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. No stopping Halliburton. So physical.
That shot by Halliburton, not easy. Taking the hit and still finishing the play.
And out of bounds, the Pacers will take it. Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Pass to Nembhard. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. And that one, good. DiVincenzo's got 8 points.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Nembhard, good.
The versatility of Halliburton, that's what you love about him. He can score it, he can pass it, and he makes very good decisions.
Edwards with it. to the left side wing. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's the pick. The kick out to Edwards. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Halliburton. And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch him, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it. And, you know, because Turner is such a good free throw shooter for his position, defenses really can't send him to the line too often. He'll make them pay.
To the inside. Here's Randall. Outside, DiVincenzo. Edwards. The shot's good.
A composed and cool effort from Edwards inside, not rushing himself or forcing a bad shot, taking what's available.
To the middle. Here's Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
6 to shoot. Here's Randall. The shot misses. Pacers leading by 9. And then Turner with the dunk.
Oh, you can't let Turner get back deep inside. When you do, he's going to abuse you with a throwdown right on top of your head.
Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. To the wing, right side. Here's Reed. Ooh, poked away. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Halliburton outside. There's a screen by Toppin. To the inside. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
And here's Toppin from the arc. It's not going to go for him. The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. It's the Pacers. They lead by 13. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Pass to Bryant. Toppin inside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Timberwolves ball. Onto the court for the Pacers. Number 00, Benedict Mathurin.
Randall outside. Drops in the layup for 2.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
An open look for Toppin. That one's good. On the assist from McConnell. And the Pacers lead by 13. Randall outside. Jacks up a 3. Not going to go that time.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Here's DiVincenzo. An open look for Reed. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
A versatile guard, DiVincenzo is excellent at hitting his teammates in their spots.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Ryan, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day is the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Indiana leading by 16. Inside. Here's Shepherd. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. And Minnesota making a change here. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Pass to Randall. Goes up at the elbow. And Bryant pulls it down.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Matherin. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Down low. Here's Edwards. The rebound by Shepherd. Indiana on offense. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Pass to Bryant. To the wing on the left. McConnell with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. Bryant. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Boston Celtics. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Scoring, we've got you covered.
Yes, we do. Two high-powered offenses, and they're not just talented, they're relentless.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Now, we know he can hit threes, but Kristaps showing he can slam it, too.
Screen by Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso outside. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Williams. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engaged on D.
Now Tatum. Porzingis sets a screen. Back to Tatum. Second chance shot. The kick out to White. That three's off the mark.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Outside, Williams. Dort outside. No good there. Good work defensively by White. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Now here's White. On the wing, Tatum. Outside White. From outside the arc. White missing again. Caruso outside. Floats one. And stolen by Porzingis. Brown looking around. Back to White. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Well, Brown is always looking to score, but he's far from a selfish player, and he will move the ball, too.
And the big finish by Holmgren.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
The kick out to White. Porzingis sets a screen. Ooh, poked away. Stolen by Caruso. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Yeah, the defense making it way too easy for Holmgren. Gotta push him farther out than this.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Ali, for sure. And here's Caruso outside. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. .56 seconds left in the first. Clock at 6. Holmgren inside. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Holmgren's got 7.
Nice steady play from Holmgren against the ticking clock. I mean, focus there on finding the shot.
White for 3. Knocks down the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Porzingis picks him up defensively.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
The deep 3 from Porzingis. And the Celtics another 3.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Pass to Holmgren. Derek White getting it done for Boston. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be.
16. The Thunder. 14.
And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Clock at 4. Pass to Holmgren. Goes back up. And another shot. Caruso outside. Jacks up at 3. Buries it from 3. Caruso's got 6 points.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Boy, I'll tell you, when Holiday shifts gears, he quickly leaves people behind.
It's stolen by Holiday. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on Alex Caruso.
I mean, just forcing the issue, Drew gets a pair at the line.
And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday, fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
Dort outside. He can't get that one to fall. Brown with some nice D. Pass to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Here's Holmgren. Outside, Williams. Boston pulls it in. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. That free throw good from Porzingis. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Pass to White. There's the three. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. White's got 11 points.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And so it's Holiday who brings up the ball for the Celtics. That's tipped. And stolen by Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, Gilgeous-Alexander. Turn it on the Jets.
Recognizes the fast break opportunity and takes full advantage. Gilgeous-Alexander has a solid feel for the game.
And here's Holiday. Left side White. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holiday.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Dagnall. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Thunder trail by 5. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
To the inside. Here's Hartenstein. Horford with some nice D.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Here's Brown. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Here's Caruso. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Al Horford. Oklahoma City shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight. The free throw drops for Caruso. Well, Stan, when you look at the history of undrafted players, few have been as impactful as Alex Caruso.
And you have to love the way he's done it, Brian. Grinded his way through the G League, won a championship, and now he's a first-team all-defense guy. Quite a scorer.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Inside. Pass to Hartenstein. Horford with a steal. Outside Holiday. Back to Horford. Horford gets it done inside.
Yeah, the moment Horford has the rock down low, good night. I mean, just too many moves from the vet.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander uses the glass to finish the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points this quarter.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that.
And he gets the bucket.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Celtics up 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there.
On the offensive end, Porzingis has been so dialed in, making the most of every scoring opportunity he gets.
Dort up top. Yet to see a basket. 5 on the clock. Outside, Williams. The three-pointer off the mark.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Alex Caruso. It's his first trip to the line. That's good from White. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Hey, strong move, Tatum.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Back to Dort. The 3 is up. Porzingis grabs the board.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Tatum from long range.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And Williams punches it home.
Assist from...
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Nails it from beyond the arc.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
Pass to Hartenstein. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball.
Left side, Tatum. Pass to Holiday. Horford with it. Outside Tatum. And stolen by Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal, then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Down low. Horford with a steal. Here's Tatum. Ooh, some solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Pass to Tatum from behind the arc. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Thunder trail by 9. And here's Caruso outside. Drops in the 3. Caruso's got 12 points.
A 6'6" playmaker, SGA has a great view of the floor.
To the paint. Here's Horford. And Horford powers it home.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So it's Oklahoma City now. 8-point game. Williams up top. Caruso outside. Off target from outside.
Now that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Screen by Holmgren. To the wing, right side. Pass to Caruso. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Celtics lead by 8. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Kick out to Brown. No good on the triple. So it's the Thunder now. To the inside. And stolen by Holiday. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Right side Brown. That'll count. And so it's Boston up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. And don't go far. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They've led by as many as 11. Pass to Tatum. Back to Holiday. Inside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
In the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
Now here's Williams. Porzingis grabs the board. Right side Tatum. Oh, Tatum taking flight.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
Caruso outside. Outside, Williams. Williams with the screen. Fires for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Boston leading by 12. Here's Tatum. Oh, look at Tatum going to work inside.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Caruso. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And it's Holmgren missing.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
And they're refusing to take a break, even with a nice lead. They just continue to attack. You have to love it.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Caruso outside. Down low. Tatum with a steal. Three-pointer. Drills it from deep. Tatum's got 14 points now in the second half. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Caruso with it. Picked up by Tatum. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. Here's Brown. Knocks it loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. The three.